Hi guys, my name is Adam. Welcome to a Pro Courier for Life. I am a professional courier in Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you guys are returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back and checking out another video, another one of my rants, another one of my daily rants, I guess you could say. If you guys are new, let me know what you think of my content. If you like my content, if you like some of my ideas, if you like some of the things that I've said, subscribe to my channel, like my channel, and just try to follow it. See if you find anything interesting. You're not going to find amazing special effects on this channel. You're not going to find amazing videography. You're not going to find any of that stuff. I'm just a guy like you. We're all the same. Whether you're, Pete from Paid to Drive, whether you're Bentley Coupe, whether you're any of these guys, we're all just drivers at the end of the day. We're nothing special. We're not marvelous. We're not some sort of goddess or anything like that. No. We're just guys who are basically ranting on YouTube and trying to build a little bit of a following based on our perspective of the gigging economy. So here, guys, I want to let you know, I'm going to say this for the new people, maybe who are watching this video. This place, guys, is about being professional. This is what this channel is dedicated to. I was going to make it about tips and tricks and stuff like that. Not anymore. I might even change my banner now. I might just change the wording because it's not really about that anymore. It really is about how we can become better professional food delivery service couriers. So this place is not just for those who are working in the gigging economy and working for some of these major third-party application platforms like DoorDash and SkipTheDishes and Grubhub. This is a place where traditional drivers, pizza drivers, Chinese food drivers, just anybody in the food delivery service, this is where you can come to find that valuable information where we can help each other out to become better food professionals. So thank you guys for coming back to my channel. If you are returning, I do want to make an apology to my current subscribers. I'm really sorry that I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I'm really sorry about that. I've just been very busy, a lot of different things going on, but I want to make a commitment to you guys. I want to make a commitment. I will be uploading 1 to 2 videos per week. And actually, I want to let you guys know, I'm very excited about this. There is no other channel out there that is making a series about what customers are complaining about. It's amazing. Not a single driver that I can think of is actually looking at these reviews and talking about them, discussing them with other drivers. I want to do that. I'm going to create a series. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but it's going to be something like, customer complaints, driver reviews, something like that. Or customer reviews, I guess you could say. I'm going to look at Trustpilot. I'm going to look at the Play Store, the BBB, which is a really popular one, because I'm going to be honest with you. These complaints, okay, when you look at these complaints, and you will see why companies like SkipTheDishes are faltering. The real reason why they are struggling so much, it's not just that they can't speak good English. I've actually not had too much of an issue with Skip employees. They're based out of, I live about 10 minutes from HQ. I live 10 minutes from SkipTheDishes headquarters. I've been there. I went for an interview. I actually got the job within, I think I had it was actually, I can tell you guys the story. I actually got a position at SkipTheDishes HQ for customer service rep. I wanted to move up in that company. I actually believed in SkipTheDishes at one time. And after my interview, I received a notification that I was supposed to receive it within 24 hours. I got it within 1 hour. So I actually ended up turning it down. I love being a food courier. I love being the professional who runs my own business. But I'm just saying, I've seen these guys. They're not some dudes working out of the Philippines. I mean, the reasons why they're failing, guys, it's a lot deeper than just them not speaking English or that they're not providing boosts. There are some serious flaws with the gigging economy and with the way that they're doing things, and it's just really deep. So I'll make another video about that, and it's my opinion. I'm not trying to say, like, I have all the answers, because I don't. But it's my opinion. So I just want to make an apology, though, guys. I'm going to start uploading content, and I'm going to be starting a new series. I'm really excited about it, because we need to dig in to how we can become better food professionals, and we got to look at why these companies are failing and why customers out there are getting screwed left, right, and center. Some of these customers are getting screwed because they're not receiving their food, and SkipTheDishes has a very pathetic way of dealing with the customer who doesn't receive their food. And I'm going to use that word many times to represent some of the BS that company is doing to customers and the way that they're treating customers. And that's one of the significant reasons why they're failing. So the title of this video is actually very simple. We need to ask that question. I want to dig right into this. Are these food delivery apps, these applications, are they real food delivery services? Are they actually authentic delivery services? Now, I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below, and I want you guys to let me know Let me know what you think. I want you guys to tell me, are these real? Are these companies like DoorDash, Postmates, Caviar, SkipTheDishes, are these real food delivery companies? And I'm going to give you my take. I'm going to let you know what I think. I've thought about this a lot. And you guys can comment, and we can talk about this, and we can discuss this. I'm going to be checking out these comments because I really want to know what people have to say about this. This is something that I haven't really heard. I have not really heard any driver bring up before, because people are so bent on thinking that they are food deliveries, real food delivery services, that they don't really think about why they perhaps are not. I don't believe that these companies are real food delivery services, and this is why. There are two main reasons, and then it digs into a third. Number one, sorry guys, I have a cold, so you're going to hear me sniffing a little bit. Number one, these companies do not have a fleet of vehicles that they can call their own. They don't have a single truck that they will fill with gasoline or diesel. They don't have a single truck that they maintain. They don't have a single truck to represent their brand. Now, let's take a look at USPS, UPS, Canada Post, DHL, FedEx. FedEx is a huge parcel service, and there's Purolator in Canada. These companies have their own fleet of vehicles. They have their own fleet of vehicles that they not only maintain, but that they use to represent their brand. And they use these vehicles to make the deliveries happen. And they have the drivers to make the deliveries happen. So that's my second point. They have the employees making 20, 30, 35 bucks an hour. They got the drivers making 30, 35 bucks an hour, whatever it is, 20 bucks an hour. They have the benefits given to the employees. They have a real salary. These guys are committed to the brand. They will wake up in the morning, they will go to work, and they will deliver whatever it is that Purolator or Canada Post or UPS, whatever they want delivered, FedEx, they will deliver. Okay, so those are the two main points. These real delivery companies, now they're parcel delivery, they're not food delivery, but it doesn't matter. These companies have paid employees, and they have real, actual vehicles that they can rely on. Even a traditional food delivery service like Gondola Pizza here, I'm actually going to be working for them in 1 week. I'm actually going to be doing traditional pizza delivery because the manager thought that I guess he liked me. I don't really know the reason, but he saw me, he liked me, he saw me quite a few times. We had a discussion about third-party apps and sort of what their role is and food delivery, and he wants to bring me on board. And even they give you a guaranteed minimum amount per hour, and then you make the tips. The money's all in the tips. The money is always in the tips. He agrees with me. I agree with what I'm saying. And it's all about the tips, but you still get a guaranteed minimum amount of money. And there's going to be some flexibility there. So these companies, man, all they have is a freaking app. That's it. That's all they have. They just have a great application. But they don't have a single driver who is an employee who they can actually rely on. And they don't have anyone who they vetted. I mean, DoorDash does a better job than Skip. DoorDash will actually take you in for an orientation. They will check you out. They will kind of go by what they see. They will do a criminal background check, even though that doesn't really matter so much because it's not about background checks here. We're talking about integrity. We're talking about people who come in who care about food delivery as a profession, who take it seriously, not just as a side hustle gig. These are the things that these companies need to be looking at, not just merely whether or not someone has a criminal record. I mean, that's not really going to bring you great drivers. I mean, you're looking at DoorDash right now in the United States, and they've been having issues with drivers stealing parcels. You know, they make a delivery, and right after that, the woman goes back to where the parcels are, okay, where they're leaving the parcels for people in the inside the apartment building, and she takes them and steals them. Right? You have another, they did an investigation of food delivery drivers in the United States, and they had poor hygiene, they were itching their legs, touching the food, all this stuff. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you're seeing because you are using people who you're not properly vetting, and frankly, who are not employees, not really committed to your brand, but committed to a side hustle. And these are the people who are actually delivering the food. So let me tell you something. A real food delivery business can guarantee that every single customer will receive their food. Let me repeat this. A real food delivery business can actually guarantee that every single customer on the platform is going to receive their food. These companies cannot guarantee that. What customers do not understand, what a lot of customers don't get, is when they log in to SkipTheDishes or DoorDash and they put in an order for whatever it is, whatever food that they want, they're actually making an offer to a driver. So if they're not tipping, like a lot of these DoorDash customers don't do, or a lot of the Skip customers don't do, when they don't tip and they just, now I receive an offer for $3.49. Am I really going to accept it? No, of course not. I'm not stupid. I'm not here to do charity work. I'm not going to dash myself away for $3.49. I won't even work for $6, right? And so that's what you get when you have people who are independent contractors. I run my own small business, my own small delivery business. I need to think about myself before I think about Skip. Even though Skip is paramount to me making money right now, I will put myself before them. I want to work for $15, $20, $25, $30, because the real money in this business comes from the generosity of customers. It comes from catering orders, whether it be for big business or whether it be for corporations, companies, for customers. It comes from group orders. That's where the money comes from. The money comes from people who are not only generous, but bigger subtotals. That's where the money comes from. So when you get a lot of orders coming from customers who are just ordering a cheeseburger or whatever, it's going to go out to a driver, and a lot of drivers are going to say, no, I don't want to do it. A real food delivery business would not do that. They would not have drivers just the power of rejection, They wouldn't have drivers just rejecting and accepting based on what they feel comfortable working for. Guys, I'm tiring myself out with all this talk, but it's the God's honest truth that these companies are really, I think, just a fad. They don't really have a place in the long term of food delivery. I don't think that it's sustainable. And I think that this kind of digs into why Skip is struggling, because you cannot depend on independent contractors to make your business money in the long run. Maybe in the short run it would work, but in the long run it will not work. You can only take advantage of people for so long. New drivers, people, and then eventually people catch on and they don't want to deliver for trash, And there are so many things I can discuss. Like, you can look at these companies, you can see that they're promoting free delivery, they're promoting cheap delivery. SkipTheDishes is trying to make pickup easier. I just read a customer comment where they actually wrote that they're like, I'm not going to use your service to pick up food. What the heck is wrong with you? I'm not using your SkipTheDishes, your platform, so I can go pick up my own food. I want it delivered to my house. That's what the customer said. Obviously. I mean, what the heck is this pickup crap, man? Nobody wants to use that. The only way that somebody's going to pick up an order is if they're forced to go get it at the restaurant because they didn't want to pay the driver enough money for delivery. That's the only reason. That's really the only reason why somebody is going to go from point A to point B. Other than that, you want the food delivered to your door, man. I mean, that's the whole point of it. Skip, do you not get that? I don't know what Skip's research is saying, but it's just common sense. You're not going to have very many people who are going to want pickup. I'm just saying that. It's kind of ludicrous, right? So it's mind-blowing to me. These companies, and I thought about this the other day. Think of it this way. Let's pretend you have a $10,000 drum set. An amazing, I'm a drummer, so I can relate to this. I don't know if you guys can, hopefully you can get my point here, because it's not that complicated. You have a $10,000 Neil Peart drum set. Neil Peart, the drummer of Rush. He was known for having an amazing drum set. There's another drummer named Terry Bozzio. He also has probably one of the biggest drum sets in the world. Amazing. But just imagine your drummer sucks. This guy can't keep rhythm. He doesn't have good drum fills. He doesn't have a good feel for the instrument. He just sucks. Now, does it matter that your drum set is worth $10,000? No, because the drummer sucks. If the drummer sucks, it doesn't matter. Now, if you have a really awesome drummer playing on like a cheap Dixon drum set worth like $50 that you purchased from a garage sale, guess what? It might not sound as good as him playing on a studio drum set, but it's going to sound pretty good because he's a good drummer. That's SkipTheDishes. Their platform is like having a $10,000 drum set. But the problem is that their drivers suck. A lot of the drivers are not that good. They're not professional. They don't look professional. They don't act professional. They don't even clean their thermal bags. Their thermal bags are dirty. They just have poor hygiene. I mean, I've never been impressed with these people. They come in there, they don't even have a thermal bag. Now, I don't want to talk about people's hygiene and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, And even if the drivers don't necessarily suck, it's even beyond that. It's like you have people, again, the power of rejection. We're sitting here rejecting everything. My point is that their platform is like a $10,000 drum set. But ultimately, or the platform, I should say, their application, their software. But what it's built on, the gig economy, and the fact that some of these drivers just flat out suck and they don't care and they're stealing food, etc., that's like the equivalent of having a bad drummer. So a bad drummer playing on a really nice drum set is no good because you are only as strong as your weakest link. And so this all ties in, like, why is Skip failing? Are these real delivery companies? It's all the same point. Guys, that's my argument. My argument is, these companies, they are not providing real food delivery. They cannot guarantee that anything is going to be delivered because of the power of rejection, as BZ noted. That's his quote, that's his way of putting it, and it's absolutely true. Because we will accept only what is good. We're not going to accept a lot of the trash, and those who do, I mean, God bless you. I'm not going to be walking around for trash. I don't do trash. If you want to do trash, that's your prerogative. Not me, because in Winnipeg, you ain't going to make money doing trash. In this place, you can't just accept everything. You will not make money here. The average delivery here is like $4 to $6, man. And by the way, the traffic is really bad. The roads are really bad. The weather here is a lot colder than a lot of provinces in Canada. And it's just not an easy place to make money. Here, you want to be making good money. You want every offer to be good. So I'm going into a tandem again, but guys, these companies, they don't have their own fleet of drivers. They don't have their own fleet of vehicles. They have nothing to fall back on. If they go under tomorrow, the restaurants are going to live. Wendy's, McDonald's, Gondola Pizza, all these places, Tony Roma's, any one of these restaurants will continue for the most part. There might be one or two that are really relying on food delivery. They will just need to look elsewhere. These restaurants have survived for a very long time without food delivery, and they will continue to do so. And not to mention, a lot of these restaurants have their own drivers. Most of the pizza places, Chinese food restaurants, they have their own drivers. Even some of the Indian restaurants have their own delivery services. So these companies go under, it does not make any difference. These companies need to understand that their place in the market is not as significant as they think. That is the irony of the entire thing. They're not as important as they think they are. Customers are not going to be loyal to just them anymore. Like what I'm saying is, Grubhub came out with something recently. I'm not exactly sure the date now, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure it was quite recent because I read about it recently, where they basically made a quote saying the reality is, and they've noted this with research, they've noticed it with their own internal data. One of the issues that they're having in the US, Grubhub, is that customers are not as loyal as they used to be. They are more than willing to walk away from Grubhub and go to DoorDash, or from Grubhub to Uber Eats, or from Grubhub to Postmates, or from Grubhub to Caviar. They are more than willing to walk from one platform to the next. SkipTheDishes, just because you're Canadian, you're not as big as you think you are. Doesn't matter whether or not you took out Just Eat. Doesn't matter. I know where you guys falter. I know where you guys are going wrong. And mark my words, whether it be me, or it's going to be another driver, or it's going to be a group of drivers, your company is going to be ousted. Not because of your software, but because of the things that you're doing wrong. And drivers can come in and can basically boot you out. Because of drivers, that's all that really matters in food delivery. It's the drivers. The only thing you're providing for us is you're connecting us to the customer and the restaurant. But if we build our own relationships and our own brands with the customers and the restaurants, you guys are finished. Done. Complito. I don't believe in these services, guys. I don't believe in these and the gigging economy for food delivery. I do not believe that these companies are the future of food delivery, because I think food delivery needs to be a legit service. It needs to be a professional service that is vetted. It needs to be a professional service that the government can actually regulate to some extent. We should be licensed to handle the food. We should be licensed to do food delivery. We need to be accountable for what we are providing for the customer. That's ultimately what we need to do. And these companies cannot vet us. They don't have a fleet of vehicles that they can rely on, and they can ultimately not guarantee that a customer is going to receive their food. So that's why DoorDash is going into these scamming schemes. I'm not going to say scamming scheme, I'm going to say they're doing things that they should not be. They're coming up with ways of trying to entice drivers to accept offers, even though they don't have a right to do that because we are not a paid employee. So I want to know what you guys have to say. I'm sorry that my videos are so long. This is going to be a common theme with me. When I make a video, I rant. When I make a video, I talk. I give my take on it. I think I understand this business. I think I know where it's coming from. I think that there is a lot to this business, but it's very simple at the end of the day. Our goal as food delivery drivers is to take that food and try to, keep it in the thermal bag, always keep it in there, and try to deliver it as hot as possible to the customer. And when we get to the customer, we provide professional service. Don't have a sad-looking face, have a happy-looking face, and be professional. Hi, my friend, how was your day? Or hi, Alyssa, or, go by their name. How was your day? How are you doing today? I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy the food. Take care. Have a good day. Just provide professional service, right? That's what we can do on our end. But ultimately, guys, these companies are walking on wobbly legs, and they are walking on a foundation that, to be honest with you, isn't very sturdy because they don't have a real foundation that is sturdy. They're walking on a, more or less, it's almost like an illusion, and that's really why these customers are suffering, because the way that these companies work, the way that they're trying to profit is by keeping their drivers as independent contractors. I mean, they're paying these freaking donkeys at HQ, customer service reps and that, $13 an hour, just the low guys, like the lowest of the low. $13 an hour to sit on a chair answering phone calls. That's not what come on, man. You can't be wasting all this money on that. You got to invest more in the drivers. You got to invest where the business needs to improve. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't need to improve in the customer service respect, but I'm just saying that if things can get delivered correctly, if things can get done correctly in the first place, you are not going to have so many customers complaining about the quality that they are receiving, the quality of service. Now, when it comes to the restaurant, that's the restaurant. If the restaurant's making crap food, SkipTheDishes, these companies need to go there and say, hey, you guys either improve your food quality or we're going to end contract because you're going to destroy our food delivery brand. If that stuff is happening, those restaurants need to be accountable. But honestly, a lot of the complaints, it doesn't come from food quality. It comes from the level of delivery service that they're receiving. If you can fix that, if you can improve that, if you can fix that, you will greatly reduce the need for these customer service reps. You are going to reduce how many you need. These companies, I don't know. I can go on and on and on and on and on about this, but guys, it's just, I just don't see it. I don't see it. FedEx, UPS, these are real delivery companies, real brands that can be promoted with real employees. These companies cannot. So thanks so much, guys, for coming back. Thanks for returning subscribers. I know my video content is really long. I make super long stuff. I don't care. I just want to go out there. I want to extrapolate ideas. We can go into different things because a lot of this stuff is all connected. When I'm looking at, when I'm saying, are these companies real delivery services? It connects and ties in with the reasons why, or some of the reasons why I think Skip is failing. It's all connected. I just think that this, at the end of the day, is a fad. These things are just a fad. They're not really meant to last. They're not going to last. There was an article written by a very smart individual, actually, where he basically said that. He said that these companies, at the end of the day, they're not going to last. Because at the end of the day, investors need to see a profit. People who have invested money in these companies need to see a return on their investment. And if these companies cannot be profitable, and as far as we know, the only real profitable food delivery company is Grubhub, the rest of them are basically losing money. DoorDash is expected to lose something like $500 million or something like that. And I don't know what Skip is making or losing. I know that they thought they were going to turn a profit, but I think now they're struggling. I think now with DoorDash, they're having a real impact. And I think Skip is definitely going to be seeing lower numbers. Again, I don't know what the internal data is, obviously, but these companies, man, if they don't start turning a profit, guess what? Bye-bye. To me, I just think that this is something we need to understand as drivers, that we can provide a professional service, but these companies ultimately should never be seen as a real food delivery service. You are, as a driver, a real food delivery courier, because you were doing that frontline work and you were taking that food from the restaurant to the customer. But SkipTheDishes, the only thing they're providing is an app that's allowing people to order food. Beyond that, they're not providing anything. They say they're matching you with a courier, but let me tell you something. I am not a Skip driver. I am not a DoorDash driver. I am my own independent person. When I see something I like that they're offering me, I will take it and I will deliver it according to my professionalism. I will do it in my way, the right way. I think it's the right way, but I will do it my way. I am not a Skip driver, and I'm sure as hell not a Dasher. You call me a Dasher, I'm going to slap you in the face, because I'm sick of hearing that crap, being called Dashers. I'm not a freaking Dasher, man. I'm my own food professional. I'm my own professional pro courier. I don't want to be called a Dasher. Okay, so I'm sorry, I can just go on and on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in my channel. Thank you for returning subscribers. If you guys like my content, if you like listening to my rants, whether or not you get something out of it, you know, just subscribe, guys. I'm going to be uploading more content very soon. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things I want to discuss. My next video is going to be about whether or not we should cherry pick, and it's in response to DFAM. It's in response to a video that he made where he said, should we be cherry picking? And I have a very blatant answer. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. Please give your comments below. I've given you my opinion. I don't think that these are real food delivery service providers. I've given you the reasons why. Tune in, give me a comment, give me some comments. Let me be able to respond. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye. What the heck? I was supposed to press a button. Oh, it's not even working.